Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Common Style. Today, I am going to help you build an all-star shoe lineup. Let's get started. Hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Ryan and welcome to Common Style. Here at Common Style, I help the average guy become above average. Common Style is all about practical lifestyle and style tips and fixes. If you're new to the channel, make sure you check out my other videos here. And if you could, subscribe, hit that like button. And if you're returning, it's nice to have you back. You can tell a lot about a guy by what he's wearing on his feet. I always tend to look at what people are wearing on their feet, so I want to see if they're wearing the right shoe for the occasion or if they're wearing a shoe that goes with their outfit. In this video, I'm going to give you a bunch of casual and business and some formal selections to see how you can build an all-star shoe lineup for yourself. Now, before I get into the shoes themselves, I'm going to cover a couple of the ground rules for having and maintaining this particular part of your wardrobe. First, we should talk about wearing the right shoe for the occasion. When in doubt, buy a shoe that is more conservative than edgy. That way, you get used to wearing a classic style before you decide that you're going to break out of your comfort zone. Following this simple rule helps keep it appropriate. Whether you're going to a casual occasion or you're going to work in a business environment or you're going to a formal event, it keeps the shoe appropriate for what you're doing. Staying on the conservative side, your socks should match your shoes. Sometimes you can go along with an edgy sock, but in a professional situation especially, it takes away from some of that professionalism when people see like a crazy sock on you. It just changes people's perceptions of you. So you just have to be aware of the situation you're going into. Now, the belt matching your shoe argument can go either way. Now, you can wear a black belt with brown shoes, that's fine, but I tend to stay on the more conservative side of that, and my shoes generally match the belt that I'm wearing. Now, it doesn't have to match the exact color because honestly, my belts don't match my shoes exactly unless it's black. Black on black always goes together. But if it stays within that general hue of a brown, it looks good and it feels good, so that's what I wear. Now, number two is going to be invest in quality. Not every guy can afford to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a collection of shoes. It can't happen for everybody. The shoes that I have, I've acquired over the course of many years, and I invested in quality because when you buy a cheaper shoe, they don't last as long and you end up buying more of them over the course of time. So the guys who tend to put their money elsewhere instead of buying good footwear, they end up tending to pay for it in the long term. So as a general rule, low quality footwear is made from cheaper materials. It's generally glued together and not sewn. And I'll get into that when I talk about the particular shoes that I have or the particular shoes that I'm recommending for you. My long-term strategy has always been pay up front for a good pair of shoes and then let time tell how those shoes are going to play out, because generally low quality shoes you're going to pay a little bit for, but you're going to have to keep replacing them. So over the long run, more expensive shoes are going to last longer, going to give you better quality time with them. The third tip I'm going to give you is never sacrifice fit for comfort. You always have to buy the right size of shoe for your foot. And that might mean going into a brick and mortar store instead of buying something on Amazon or Zappos or shoes.com or wherever you're going to buy your shoes online. Not every shoe manufacturer makes their shoes in the same size. There is a general fit and a general sizing that they're going to use, but you're going to go into a place that has a clerk there that's going to tell you that, oh, our shoes run a little small or our shoes run a little large, and that's why you actually have to sit down and try them on. I can tell you from experience, for instance, that I enjoy some hiking boots and some shoes from Columbia. And when I go in there and I wear a size 12 and I put on a size 12, they're always too small for me. So I end up wearing a size 13 there. So it's always good. The rule of thumb is to go in and look at the shoes and try them on yourself. Take a walk around in them and see what that's like. Now, moving on, the last tip I'm going to give you is to take good care of your shoes. Now, when you make an investment into a shoe like this, you want them to last a long time. So I know I've covered this briefly in other videos, but shining your shoes, brushing the dirt and dust off, making sure that you're not walking through water if they're not waterproofed. All these things come into play when you're taking care of your shoes. Now, moving on to the shoes themselves, I'm going to cover three categories. There's formal, there's going to be casual shoes, and there's going to be boots. Now, my recommendation always is to explore what your style is and to explore what you think you would like to see, and go to the store, try them on, walk around in them, wear the outfit that you're gonna wear those shoes with to the store so you can see what they look like while they're on your feet. Now, the first one I'm gonna talk about is gonna be the cap toe derby. This one can be worn with a casual outfit and it can be worn with a formal outfit too. I have definitely worn these shoes with a suit. The next shoe coming up is going to be an Oxford. Now, this particular one is made by Rockport, and it has a perforated toe and also perforated sides, so that I wear these during the summer because they tend to breathe a little bit better, even though all leather in general does breathe, but these do breathe much better because the perforations around the toe and on the sides. So these are a super comfortable shoe too, by the way. Now, the next up is a patent leather derby. Now, this particular one is made by Clarks. Now, Clarks here in the US are a super comfortable shoe, although the quality on some of the shoes is questionable. So for sure, look online and follow reviews of people who have worn those shoes for an extended period of time so you can see how they fit and how they wear. Now, this particular shoe is a little on the heavier side, and the sole is a little thicker. It's a little more spring to the sole itself, so as I walk around at work with it, it's a little bit more comfortable, and it's a more casual Friday kind of shoe. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't own a whole lot of black shoes. Out of my entire collection of shoes, I think I have about 4 or 5 pairs. Most of my shoes are brown and some shade of brown. So the shoe that I like, if I'm going to wear something black, or if I'm going to wear grays, or if I'm going to wear something dark blue, is going to be this particular shoe. Now, I like this particular shoe because it is a cap toe shoe. It's much more comfortable for the long term. This is Nunn Bush, and they make a really good shoe overall. Now, to round off, my second to last recommendation for lace-up shoes is going to be something a little bit out of the ordinary. And this is a particular shoe that I actually get a lot of compliments on. Now, this shoe is worn a lot, and this part is canvas. So the canvas goes all the way around, and it's a breathable shoe. It's a nice summer shoe. It looks really nice with a nice pair of chinos. I've never worn it with jeans, so I don't know what that would look like, but I generally wear this at work with chinos, and I do get compliments on it, and it's a nice shoe. It's an alternative shoe when you want to wear something that's a little bit out of the ordinary for yourself. And the last but not least in my lace-up shoes is going to be my favorite of all time, and it is going to be a Rockport. Now, this particular shoe is super light, and it is super comfortable. Now, there are some durability issues when it comes to super light shoes. The sole on this shoe will wear out within a year or two of wearing it. Now, it's not a cheap shoe. It comes in at around $75, and I got it off of Amazon. But this particular shoe, I can wear all day, and I'm telling you, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, and I barely know it's even there. And to go even further, I got a pair of these, and I wore them for about 2 years, and I immediately bought a new pair before they even wore out. This is actually the new pair. I'm still wearing it after 2 years, the other pair. The next group of shoes I'm going to be talking about are slip-on shoes. Most people are familiar with boat shoes or loafers, and I'm going to talk about a loafer today. But if you want to add a slip-on shoe that has some style, I am going to recommend the monk strap shoe. Now, this particular shoe is really fantastic because it is a Warfield and Grand monk strap shoe, and it is extremely comfortable. The sole has a nice bounce to it, it's flexible enough, and it is comfortable all day long. The next up is the classic loafer. Now, this particular loafer I've worn a few times, and it is made out of suede. And the reason that I've only worn it a few times is not that it's uncomfortable or it doesn't work with a lot of my outfits. It's just that suede is really delicate sometimes. And this particular one has taken some bangs and bruises, and it does show. Now, it doesn't mean that it's a bad shoe. It does give it a lot of character, and I do actually love the shoe. It goes great with jeans. It goes great with chinos at work. It just really goes with so many different things. It is just not a formal shoe. Now, today I'm going to be talking about 2 particular types of boots that I think are a staple in any shoe lineup. Now, the first one is going to be the dress boot. This one is made by Fry. It's actually made out of goat leather. Now, it might freak my kids out a little bit to know that I'm wearing goat leather, but this particular shoe is super soft. It's extremely light. And the good thing about this one is there's a Goodyear welt on the bottom, which means that this particular one is sewn on. So when the time comes that I need to get this shoe resoled, they can take the sole right off and they can put a new one right on. Now the next dress shoe I'm going to tell you about it's called a court boot, and it is from Warfield and Grand. This particular boot is a little bit more elegant than the other boot is. And I know guys say, elegant, whatever that means. But I'm telling you that this particular boot it just looks a whole lot better. It looks a lot cleaner when I wear it. It looks really, really good with a suit. It looks good with casual pants. It looks good with chinos on a casual Friday. It looks good with jeans. It looks good with everything. Now, the leather is super soft and the sole is extra durable. So really, it is one of the best ones that I have. It's one of the best pairs of shoes that I have. Remember, this is a long-term project for yourself. The great thing about shoes that I found was that they're not like pants or shirts. They don't necessarily wear out at the same speed, and the fact of the matter is that the more you take care of a good pair of shoes, the better they look. Again, like I had said before, the more character they have. So buy quality, invest in quality, take care of them, and over the long term, they really do pay off. So those are my recommendations for an all-star shoe lineup. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and leave a like, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to hear what you have to say. So my question to you would be, what's your favorite shoe? What's your most comfortable shoe, and what's your go-to shoe when you want to impress? So again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. I truly appreciate you watching the video, and have an awesome day.